Hi friends, I'm going to share with you something today that we did that was kind of fun with the kids but very frustrating as well. We made these bouncy balls. We made octagonal ones and we made round ones, and they come in a kit. It's Made by Me. It's called Glow in the Dark Power Balls, and I got it for $2 at a secondhand store, but I'm sure you can find it online. It includes everything you need to make 18 balls according to the box. It does have glow in the dark, and those ones are marked with a G. I found the instructions were not completely they weren't the best. And I did learn a few things making them with the kids. It says age 6+, and I think any child of any age would be very frustrated. My daughter suggested that it was maybe because it was for age 6+, and I'm doing it with a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. But it's the frustrating part is it only comes with 2 molds, and it takes 30 minutes basically to make one from beginning to end. And so you can only make one at a time, and after they pour the sand in the molds, it takes forever to set in the water, because you have to put it in and let it sit for 10 minutes. Then you have to set the timer, and then the kids they get distracted and go and do another thing, because no kid, even a 6-year-old, is going to wait watching that for 10 minutes. And then you take it out and it has to sit and dry for 10 minutes. And then no kid's going to sit and watch that for 10 minutes. And then when you take it out, it's sticky and it has to sit out of the mold for a few minutes to dry. So about 30 minutes per mold. I think the kit would be fabulous if they would offer a few more molds. Just 2 of each would even be better, because then they can be making one and pouring the colors in while the other 2 are curing. So anyway, that's just the flaw with the kit that I have found. And the instructions are a little vague. It says something about don't overfill because it will be lopsided, which it will be. I learned a few things. So when I take it out, I put it in, I put the crystals in with them, and then they pick the colors, and then we tapped it down to get as many, make it really a solid ball, because it kind of is pithy in areas. You can kind of see. And but it is fun, and they do bounce. And then the octagonal one bounces kind of crazy, which it's supposed to. But I think the reason it's for older kids is because you don't want the kids putting these in their mouth and biting them or anything. But they're going to do that with any bouncy balls. So basically, this whole project, you just have, once you're done, you let them play with them, and then you'd have to put them up anyway, because they're a choking hazard anyway. So I think they're just like any bouncy ball with a child of that age. So the kids did have fun with them, and they are enjoying them, and they think they're really fun, and they showed their mom. But I learned something about them. So you can kind of see it's a little pithy right there where I had to straighten it for the edge of the mold. So there is not very many instructions on that part. So what I did was I tapped it down, but then it swells, and no matter how low, because you don't know how low to make it, because you don't want it to be flat on the top and not have enough in it. So it's kind of vague on that way. I think that they should have a fill to here line on the mold, so that you would know how high to make it. Once then it absorbs the water, it would fill to the top and be round. So what happens is it gets overfull and starts to be like all the way up to the top. So when I take it out of the water, I use my fingernail and scrape it down as much as I can to be even with where the mold should be. And then I use my fingernail while it's still sticky. You can see it's kind of sticky still in the mold. I use my fingernail to push it down and make it flat, so that on this octagonal one, that it's flat on that edge how it should be. And then on the round one, I scraped it down, and then we rolled it in our hand like you would a ball to make it round, and squished it down enough so that it was sticky flatter on that side, because it is kind of lopsided. You can't make it perfect with the way that the mold is. So those are some tricks that I learned. So I set the timer for 10 minutes, put the one in there for 10 minutes, let it sit for 10 minutes. Then this one's been out for 10 minutes. And so what you do is, once it's been out for 10 minutes, you pop the mold off, and see if I can get it off one-handed. And the kids love this part, so I'm gonna actually put it back together and let her take it out, just because this is her octagonal one. I let him make each one each, and you can see it's really kind of sticky still. So then you have to take it out. Do not set it on paper towel, because it will stick to the paper towel. So we've got this plastic covering on the table. I just let it dry on the plastic. So just know, like a countertop or something would be better than a piece of paper or something, because it will stick to the paper. You can see it's sticking to the paper. So really fun for the kids, but it would be better for an older age group, except for those those situations that I shared. But the kids did have fun with them. They were super excited to show their mom and bounce them, and they do bounce very well, and it's a fun activity. So just be around for the first batch if you have older kids, and show them how to pull that top out and keep it flat so that you don't have a cone shape here at the top. It will look like more like a spaceship, and that would be okay on the octagonal one, but on the round one it would be frustrating to have that. So just be aware of that. But it is a fun activity. The kids have had fun. It does aware that it's a choking hazard, and they can bite into them because they're kind of granular. So just be aware it is probably for older kids, but you can do it with younger kids if there's a lot of supervision, because it's really boring for 20 minutes. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and check out my blog. I'll take some pictures and share a little bit more on the blog. Pictures of the kids and activities. So I couldn't have them in here while I was videotaping because they were just really hyper about it. So I just thought I'd do it quietly for your sake as well as mine. So check out my blog, thesecretisgratitude.com, and type in Bouncy Ball in the search box at the bottom of the page, and this will come up. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.